we can, we'll start with our prayer. And we can start with 3 ohms. Om. 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 Shri Guru Namaha. Can you read the screen?
Yes, I can.
I mean, you may be knowing this one also. Right?
I know this one.
So, we can do it together. Though Zoom is not very friendly with doing together, but we can still do it together. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punaha Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda-vibhagine Vyomavadyapta-dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Dayanandeshwaraya Namaha. Om Sarva Sadgurubhyo Namaha. And for you, Jai Gurudev. Let's get into our, okay. So we're going to look at this introduction to Vedanta. Okay. So we start with what is Vedanta. So Vedanta is a body of knowledge. Okay, it's just knowledge about what? The true nature of the self. Self means I, the true nature of me. What is my true nature? It is the true nature of the self. And Veda Anta, it is contained at the end of the Vedas. Okay, so now the question will come, what is Vedas? So the word Veda, Veda means knowledge. Okay, and it is derived from Sanskrit root vid.
Okay.
What does vid mean? Vid means to know. So Veda means knowledge. Okay. Now it doesn't refer to any one single work, but instead it's a huge, body of knowledge, a large body of knowledge. And I'll be giving more about scriptures to you, how we grade the scriptures. I'll put it on WhatsApp notes so that here we don't get, distracted. Okay. Okay. It has been handed down from one generation to the other through verbal transmission. Therefore, Veda is also called as Shruti. Just now we did know Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Nam. So those are our scriptures, Shruti, Smriti and Puranas. Okay. It is called as Shruti because it's gone down, it is an oral transmission. So people listen to it, and can you imagine, what kinds of, what strength, what is their mind, their brain life.
Must be lot of meditations and lot
Lot
of
of
practice to take in.
evolution, of the mind, antakarana. And therefore, it is what is heard as opposed to smriti. Okay, smriti is a later stage recounting whatever is contained in the Vedic texts. Iti. Now, according to us, we Vedantins, we accept that Vedas are directly revealed to the rishis. Not that the rishis created the Vedas, they are not authors of the Vedas. Okay, they are just people. They are like a TV station which is finely tuned to a certain frequency. So that frequency they were able to receive, and they received the Vedas, okay, as it is, and they transmitted it as it is. They've not changed anything. They're not responsible either for the content of the mantras. They received it, they passed it on. Iti. So it's considered very, very sacred knowledge, which is revealed knowledge. वर्षा, अभी ना वो ड्राइवर आएगा तो हमारी गाड़ी की चाबी उनको दे देना, हाँ? क्योंकि वो सोनिका के बेटे को लेने के लिए जाएगा. Okay, so it is handed down from one to the other. Okay. So, and detailed notes I will give you.
So
Okay.
Smriti was made later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Smriti
Smriti
comes
was
later.
probably when the
Shruti is the
Vedas
original. Shruti means Vedas are the original.
original form.
And
I can.
we accept them as a means of knowledge. And
Hmm.
I'll be talking about means of knowledge in some other classes. What do we really mean by means of knowledge? Okay. Now, let's look at that. How does knowledge benefit us? This is something that you can write, you'll be able to do it, annotate. So I'll give you text. So you can, type in over here, how does, I hope it can be shared, or you say and I will write it out.
I, should I say?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
No, you
So
can
I
write it out. You can use your something and see if you can write on the screen, because I think it should allow you. If you can't
I
write it out, you tell me and I will write it.
I think you can write it down.
If you
I
see,
think
you can write it. No,
I can't. Just let me. Uh,
I should maybe share the whiteboard. Yeah, see, Bhavana, it's come.
I think.
And if you want to do it in text, if you
I
type out, it will come in type out. If you,
think
I don't see anything coming. Okay,
it's coming. I can see it.
but I can't see it. Okay.
See?
Ah, wow. Okay, very nice. So, how does knowledge benefit us? Okay, that's your question.
How does knowledge benefit
Any
us?
knowledge, any knowledge. Yeah, we school में हम जाते हैं, college में जाते हैं. कितने knowledge we have acquired over the years. How have all, how does knowledge benefit us?
Um, I think you. I'll just explain and then maybe we can write
Yeah.
it. I think with knowledge you understand any form of knowledge. You
Yeah.
understand how to live life in a better way. I think,
Okay.
and I feel with knowledge. Uh, you also I mean any form of knowledge, it also helps you communicate well with people. It
Hmm.
helps um, know about the world better.
Hmm.
I mean without knowledge I don't think so. I mean there is any
Hmm.
kind of life. I mean है ना?
Good. No life without knowledge. I wrote it all out for you. Right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted you to think about it. How does knowledge benefit us in so many ways? So, we are saying that Vedanta is a body of knowledge about
Hmm.
the true nature of the self.
Hmm.
So, the next question is, okay, now how do I get out of this? I have to say no to this. Okay.
I think cancel
Created
here.
an act. Yeah, yeah, I found it.
Hmm.
So, we saw all this. So, is it that we do not know ourselves? Just let me go back and clear my drawings, okay?
Hmm.
Oh, oh, I think we can clear that. Clear all drawings. Yeah.
Hmm.
Is it that we do not, do not know ourselves because we are saying it's about the true knowledge of ourselves? Well, we do know ourselves, but it is always in relationship, okay, to something or the other. In relationship to our body, I know myself. In relationship to the mind, I know myself. In relationship to the world, I know myself, right? In relationship to my roles, my interactions with people. So sometimes I'm a mom, sometimes I'm a wife, sometimes I'm a daughter, sometimes I'm an employee, sometimes I'm a businesswoman, sometimes I'm a marketeer, sometimes I'm a satsangi, sometimes I'm a, the one who is doing uh, whatever, meditator, sometimes I'm a meditator. So there are so many roles that we appear to take on, and the roles keep on changing. So when I am a mother, I'm not a daughter. When I am a daughter, I'm not a employee, iti. So they keep on changing. So we always are knowing ourselves in relationship with something or the other.
Hmm.
But do I really know myself without relating to anything? Not even the body or the mind. Iti?
Hmm.
So that dimension of ourselves, okay, which is free of relationship with even our body and mind. I mean, just think of that, okay? It does exist. So there is a dimension about ourselves which is not in relationship with anything, and that dimension exists. And it is that dimension of ourselves that Vedas are urging us to discover. Let us discover. Why? Vedas are saying, you must discover that part of yourself, that dimension about yourself, because there's a fundamental problem in not knowing that. When we know ourselves in relationship to our body, to our mind, to our roles, okay, it ends up with us not being able to fully accept ourselves. My Guruji used to say, a person who doesn't think I'm beautiful or acceptable the way I am, let that person put any amount of makeup. They can put lot of makeup, do their eyes, do their eyebrows, do their face, do put that lipstick, and then wear really good clothes, the really happy clothes, and wear heels and whatnot, whatever girls do. Iti, any amount of makeup they can do, but behind that makeup, that person is not accepting himself or herself. Okay, so what should makeup do? It should make the beauty of the person come out. No, there is an innate beauty in everybody, and if makeup should allow that beauty to come out, it is not for covering the ugliness of the person or covering some imagined issue that we may be having with our bodies. So if a person thinks that I am ugly, I'm no good, they can put any amount of makeup. Okay, they can cover up the whole thing, but they cannot cover their knowledge of themselves, their own conclusion about themselves, that I am not good, I am ugly. Iti. That makeup is not going to cover that piece of understanding that they have about themselves. Iti. So for that kind of knowledge that they have about themselves, there is no cover up. Iti. So a lot of people, especially by my age, they have a lot of gray hair. And you see, many people can't accept their gray hair at all, और उसके कारण डाई करेंगे. But can they ever cover the knowledge of their hair being gray? They can cover the hair and make it look black, but they can't cover that knowledge that my hair is gray. Here's one more question for you. What do you think is the basis for self non acceptance? You have to think now.
I think it's ignorance.
Okay, ignorance.
And
Ignorance about. If you say ignorance, I'll say ignorance about what?
Ignorance of the true self, maybe?
Okay, ignorance of true self.
Non acceptance. And
Anything
maybe
else?
somewhere our egos also come in between and we just want to show off to the world.
That's because we already are not accepting ourselves, right? So I'm asking you, what is the basis for self non-acceptance? Why do we feel we are not acceptable?
I don't know. Nothing's coming in my head, Mataji.
Okay,
Mm.
so I'll clear this. Ignorance of self is the basic answer. It's very good. Okay, so don't worry too much about it.
Mm.
So, what we say is
Mm.
our own knowledge of the limitations of our body, mind, sense complex, okay, is the basis of one's self non acceptance.
Acha.
We all know. More than this, I would say not only our knowledge, our identification with that body, mind, sense complex, we all know that the body is limited, no? Okay,
Mm.
body can do this much, it can't do more than that. Body is going to be there for some time, it's not going to be there after that. It is. So body has got so many limitations, no? We may want to look like Aishwarya Rai,
Mm.
but we can't. My eye is black. Okay, maximum I can put, like it's the makeup thing. I can get blue eyes and put blue eyes in contact lenses. Eh? But it won't. No, if I don't like my black eyes, those blue contact lenses are not going to hide my knowledge that my eyes are black and I don't like them. It is. So, the knowledge of the limitations of our body mind sense complex becomes the basis of one's self non acceptance, and believing that I am this body mind sense complex. Naturally, I believe that I am the body mind sense complex, and I know that the body mind complex is limited. So, that makes me feel not so great about myself because body is limited. Now if I say that I am body, then I am limited. If I say I am mind, then I am limited because you know I may know Hindi, but I may not know Russian.
Mm.
In so many ways, I am limited. I feel grief, I feel this, I feel that. If I am my mind, then I judge myself on the basis of my mind, and I feel limited. And it's very common. Whole of humanity has this, okay? The self non acceptance. It's a fundamental human problem. So, Pooja Swamiji used to tell us a story from the Upanishads.
Mm.
There was this guy, Narada, we'll come back
Yeah.
to this later. Narada was we all know, he was a great Mahatma, he was a great being.
Mm.
Uh, anyway, it will be on YouTube. So, this Narada was a very great being, no? Very evolved being. He comes, this is a story from Upanishad. Upanishads are the real source knowledge for self knowledge. So he goes to this great sage called Sanat Kumara and he says, "Hey, sir, Shokasya Param Tarayatu. Please cross me over this Shokam. I feel grief. I'm having so much of grief in my heart. I've got so much of sorrow in my heart. Please allow me to cross over." So Sanat Kumar is smart. He says, "What do you know? How much knowledge do you have?" Because he knows who is Narada. So Narada immediately says, I know all the Vedas, I know all the Shadangas, all the six disciplinary knowledges which help us to understand the Vedas. I know all of them, Shiksha, Nirukta, Chandas, Kalpam, Vyakaranam, Jyotisham, all of them I know. I know so many other vidyas. I know Preta Vidya, I know Nakshatra Vidya, I know this Vidya, that Vidya. Every Vidya that you can think of under the sun, he lists all those Vidyas. Very big list he gives. And at the end of it, he says, Oh Bhagavan, you know, I am that Narada who knows all of this. So much of knowledge I have. I know all the Vedas, know everything. Still, I am in sorrow. Please help me. Narada comes to Sanat Kumara because he knows he's a Jnani and says, Please help me. And Sanat Kumara tells him, You know something, Narada? You know everything that is useful for conducting your life. But you don't know that one thing, okay? That one Vidya, which makes the difference between self acceptance and self non acceptance. That one Vidya you don't know. So, basic thing is the human heart is a self conscious heart, right? Each of us is very self conscious. Supposing we were not self conscious, we wouldn't have any problem. There would be no complex, there would be no nothing, we'd be happy like the animals only, iti. But each human heart is so self conscious, iti. And so, one more thing Bhagavan has given us the faculty to judge. We have got a buddhi, which we use for comparison. We judge ourselves in comparison to everything. We are very, very self judgmental based on comparison. And therefore, we develop all kinds of complexes. Now, tell me, is a cow conscious, self conscious like us? Does it think I'm an Indian cow? I'm a black cow? I'm a white cow? That cow is so white. I should be white like that. Cow doesn't have such problems, Iti. Huh? Because it is conscious of itself. Surely it is conscious of itself. It is conscious of the world, but it's not conscious of itself like I am this person. It is enough conscious to know how to conduct itself. I have to eat grass, etc., etc. It may even know this much: I belong to so and so person. This is my home. Iti. But it does not have the kind of judgment facility that we human beings have, and that is self conscious. And when you are self conscious, because you compare yourself, you find that you're not acceptable to yourself. So you say, you conclude. What do you conclude? You conclude that I am small, I am insignificant. And this conclusion, I am small, I am insignificant, very important here in Vedanta, it is centered on I. It is centered on I. No matter how much we seem to have accomplished, no matter how much, still what I don't have, what I have not accomplished, is so large, infinitely large. Iti. In comparison to what I have, it is so large, and therefore, what I have is so small. Maybe more than what others have, but still, always in my mind, I know that what I have is very, very small. Eh? And so I feel and I conclude that I am not significant. Iti.
Mataji, when we say knowledge of limitation of body, mind, sense complex,
Hmm.
what does this line means?
Knowledge means, okay, knowledge of your body, do you have or not?
हाँ
You have knowledge of its weight, you have
हाँ
knowledge of its color,
हाँ,
you have knowledge of its weaknesses,
बिल्कुल.
you have knowledge of its strengths, but we are looking at the weaknesses, the limitations, right?
Hmm.
Now, will look at another body,
Hmm.
same age maybe, okay, because peer pressure, no? So same
Ha.
age.
Hmm.
Oh, that girl is so fair. Look at her figure, she's so slim. Some may think, oh, she's able to attract all the boys, you know. So this knowledge of my own body
Hmm.
and its limitations
Hmm.
makes me feel I
Ha.
am not great.
Hmm. I
Similarly
get.
with my mind. Oh, look at that person is so disciplined. Look at the
Hmm.
memory. Look at what all they know. Wow, my God. But I'm not like that.
Hmm.
बेटा वो डाल देना हाँ वो मश exhaust please.
Ha. I now get it. Huh.
Yeah. So what happens is I end up with a conclusion that I'm not that great.
Ha.
Okay. I'm limited
Hmm.
because I know my weaknesses. I know what my mind I know, and I know
Ha.
its weaknesses. So the knowledge is I'm limited. I am apurna. I'm not complete. Puja Swamiji, used to have beautifully used to say, even this physical body is so insignificant. Even if it lives 100 years, so what? That's nothing. Just a flicker. It's like he would say he would put his fingers like and say it's just a flicker. Iti. And in the flow of time, you look at a wayside rock, millions of years the fellow has been around. Eh? Iti. So even if this body lives 100 years, even 300 years, supposing it lives, some yogis are there like that, no? Even 3,000 years it lives. Okay, it's still not
Hmm.
significant. Yeah, it is nothing. It's just a flicker. So this physical body is subject to time. It is subject to place, right? If it is here, it is not there. And now
Hmm.
you are sitting in Rajpur Road. You are not sitting in Sevla Kalan. Iti. So it's limited. It can only be, it's limited in space, definitely limited in time. In another, for maybe 25, 30 years, you will start having gray hair. Eh?
Hmm.
So limited in time. Iti. Therefore, it is limited in this knowledge we have. Iti. So what happens is that individual begins to feel that I am a wanting person.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay? So Puja used to Swamiji say in every heart, this person is a wanting person, like a shruti in the background. Music, you have the background shruti, Town, 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 it's doing in the background. In the
Hmm.
background of each human heart, it is I want, I want, I'm wanting, I'm wanting, I'm wanting. So, time wise, wanting, space wise, wanting, strength wise, wanting, ability wise, wanting, skill wise, wanting, knowledge wise, wanting, perception wise, wanting, power wise, wanting, money wise, wanting, influence wise, wanting, in every which way you can think of, you find yourself as a wanting person, you know. And this discovery of ourselves being wanting
Hmm.
must have started as childhood itself, as a baby. You just think of a little child. To that child, the mother must be looking so huge, no?
Hmm.
And she knows everything, she is the wise one. I mean, she gets me my food and she gets me my things and she knows everything in comparison to mama.
I
I
have
have
nothing.
nothing.
Hmm.
In comparison to papa, I am even more nothing. Iti. So this little one, everything looks huge and big and this thing. And so I have to hold on to mama's sari. Later on, I may hold on to a bit of her sari. Even a little bit of mama sari maybe own. Or so many people they need that teddy bear, even when they grew up. Because that inside that feeling has taken place. I am small, I am insignificant. Iti. Now I go to school, I gather knowledge. Okay? I gather lots of knowledge and learn about so many things we come to know about. But the more I come to know, the
More
more
you
I
want.
come to know what I don't know. It,
Hmm.
right? If I did not know what I don't know, it would have been fine. But I do know what I don't know. I know Sanskrit, but I don't know Russian. I don't know Chinese. I don't know this. I don't know that. Iti. So, knowledge wise, also, I'm insignificant. Iti. Then, what about power? Power wise, also, I'm insignificant. I'm at the hands. Look at what happened yesterday in
Yeah.
Dharali. No? So, essentially, I'm at the hands of nature, all those laws of nature. And often I'm in the hands of people. Iti. So, hundreds of laws govern my life. Yeah. And so, this feeling is there. I, yeah, I can't change anything. I'm not able to change the laws. I can manipulate them. Little bit. Summer comes, it's very hot. I manipulate that because it's hot. I can't change that summer. I can get an AC. I can manipulate. But inside me, I know that I don't call all the shots. Okay, you're muted. Yeah, that's what happens. I
Oh, there
know.
was somebody in the
Yeah.
background.
I know that I don't call all the shots. Yeah, I'm not always in control. So what happens is this person essentially feels I'm powerless, I'm wanting, I'm not significant, I'm not acceptable to myself. And this is true of all human beings. It's a universal issue. Okay? And centered on that issue, centered on this thought that I am wanting, all our other problems are there. And so our whole life is dedicated to solving this. You know, we want to try to add something to ourselves, which we think will enhance us, or we want to remove something from ourselves, anything which will help us to accept ourselves totally. And this brings us to the topic of Purushartha. Purushartha means Purusha Artha, human goals. What are the human goals? Okay. So, what are some human goals? You can answer it. Eh? You can tell, and I will keep tapping out.
Hmm. I think goals are one, to be a good person, to earn good money.
One
Are
minute.
these the
To be
goals that
good
we're
person, to earn money.
mm,
Okay. Uh,
to live happily,
to live happily,
to help our family do well,
to
to help
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 others. Maybe.
to help
Yeah.
others. Mm,
Yeah. Etc. Etc. Okay.
there could be many goals, huh?
Okay. So there could be many goals. I'm clearing the drawings.
Hmm.
So basically, what at the moment, for the time being, we can say we have two basic goals. One
Hmm.
is the pursuit of security, which is
हाँ.
called as artha.
अच्छा.
Okay?
हम्म.
Artha. Artha
हम्म.
in Sanskrit. And the
हम्म.
other goal is kama,
हाँ. प्लेजर.
pleasure.
हम्म. हम्म.
Pleasure. So behind the pursuit of the security, what is there? The conclusion is what? The conclusion is I'm not secure. Because I know, feel that I'm not secure, therefore I'm going to chase security. No?
हम्म.
So the
हाँ.
conclusion, this is extremely important. Huh? The
हम्म.
conclusion which is centered on I is that I'm not secure. I'm insecure. That's what the person thinks.
हम्म.
And this is an unconscious conclusion in the beginning.
हाँ.
Later, it becomes more verbalized as I am not secure, I need security. As it is, the way I am, I'm not good, I'm not secure. And so I should get some form of security.
हम्म.
And in the society that we grow in, this security is considered as wealth.
हम्म.
With them,
हाँ.
I should get wealth, right? Wealth could be hard cash or real estate. So this is one form of security, wealth. Then power is also a form of security because it gives you sense of well-being. When you have power, then you can wield it over others. That also makes you feel very secure. Iti. You can
हम्म.
get things done. Name and influence. That also, no, gives you the sense of security. But the important thing here to note is that I seek security because there is a conclusion that I am not secure.
हम्म.
Yeah, that's why naturally I'll seek conclusion. Okay. Then there's a conclusion I am mortal. That means I'm subject to die. Iti. That conclusion is also, again, I am mortal. I am insecure. It is centered on I. Iti. And it is this conclusion that I am insecure which is behind the pursuit of money, behind the pursuit of power.
हम्म.
Right? Everybody wants power of some form. We want to be in control. Iti. Okay.
हम्म.
Then the other thing we saw, one was security and the other was kama, pleasure.
हम्म.
No, because
हाँ.
music doesn't really give you sense of security, but
हम्म.
it gives you pleasure. And in that pleasure, you're able to forget for some time, all your limitations. You're one with the music. At that time, what you're going to remember about Anand, Anand, you know? You don't remember your insecurities, nothing. Your own sense of isolation or loneliness, that also you don't remember. Your sense of being small, kuch nahi hai. You're happy. There's pleasure. Eh? Many other types of pleasure are there. Eating is also a pleasure.
हम्म.
Meeting people is a pleasure.
हम्म.
Relationships are often based on pleasure, both pleasure and security. Okay? So there are varieties of things which can give us pleasure. Yoga also gives us pleasure.
हम्म.
Knowledge gives us pleasure. It's called Vidyananda. Yoga Ananda is called Yogananda.
हम्म.
It is. हाँ, ओके योगानंदा. अभी आप
हम्म.
फट 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 करके आवाज नहीं करेंगे, कम आवाज करो. हाँ.
मुझे सुनाई नहीं दे रही, आपको दे रही
Washing
है.
of vessels, no, but I have put noise suppression, so it should be okay.
हाँ, that's why, that's why.
So all this comes under pleasure. Vidyananda, Yogananda, Vishayananda. Vishayananda is from things,
हम्म.
the latest iPhone, the latest this, the nice clothes, that's all Vishayananda. Vishaya means object. So from objects you get Ananda, so that is Vishayananda. So we have many, many different types of pleasure. So as a self-conscious being, suffering from this conclusion and feeling of insecurity and inadequacy, maybe insignificance, we are all given to the pursuit of security and pleasure.
Hmm.
This is the human heart. Okay. Now, this is Vedanta, so we are going to question some things.
Hmm.
Is what we pursue for security, is that secure? Is that okay? Now, supposing I have lots of money, I'm
Hmm.
holding on to that money. What does it give me? It gives me sense of well-being, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So, what do I love? I love the well-being. I love to feel good. No, it's the
Hmm.
well-being I love. So the question is, do I really love money, or is it the sense of well-being that I get from the money that I love?
It's
We
the
think that
sense.
I love money, but
Hmm.
it's not really the money that we are chasing. We are chasing the sense of well-being.
Hmm.
Okay, so I get that sense of well-being. Iti. Supposing money gives you a sense of fear, you are a businesswoman, you've got that cafe. Now, supposing
Hmm.
you're in that cafe and six thugs come,
Hmm.
and with guns, and they say, "Give us the money, open the cash, give us the money." Then now money becomes a source of fear, yeah. So if you have a sense of fear, that you will give that money. You will say, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, take it."
Hmm.
Eh? So now
Hmm.
what happened? Your loss of money became a gain. Because by
Hmm.
giving up the money, you
Hmm.
got a sense of well-being. Iti.
Hmm.
Iti. So what happens here?
Hmm.
What is the conclusion? Money is not security,
Hmm.
right? It's not the money which is security. Iti. Okay. Then now let's look at one more thing. We are very logical people. Eh?
Hmm.
Is what we pursue for security secure? Same topic.
Hmm.
Supposing let's look at two cases. I assume that money is secure.
Hmm.
Money. Wow, money. Money is a secure thing. Now, if money is secure, but I am separate from it, money is there, but I am here.
Hmm.
So money is separate from me. Then naturally
Hmm.
I'm going to be insecure. So that money has to be with me. So then what
Hmm.
happens? I get money and I have to hold on to it. Now I have to hold that money, iti, and make sure that nobody else grabs it.
Hmm.
Because if I can hold the money, somebody else can also hold it, iti. So now I have to make sure that nobody else can hold it. I am the one who has to hold that amount of money, iti. So if I stop holding it, somebody that money will go. Somebody else will get hold of it.
Hmm.
So I am insecure.
Hmm.
Okay. I have the money also, but inside I am always insecure because somebody else may take it. Something may happen to that money. Iti. So money is secure. My assumption is not correct because
Hmm.
I remain insecure. Supposing money is not secure, it is not secure because anytime it can go away. It is subject to time, right?
Hmm.
Time खराब है, business नहीं चलेगी, and then it is not secure. It will go away. So money is not secure. So that what is the truth? The truth is that money is also limited. It is expendable and it is time bound. Yeah. So we have this conclusion, it's very strong in us that money is security. It's not true. It is. Then again, with this topic of is what we pursue for security secure. The truth is that everything in the universe is subject to time. Money is
Hmm.
time bound, so it's insecure. Name and fame are time bound. Ask, ask actors and politicians. So
Hmm.
name and fame is also insecure. Now, supposing your well being is dependent on approval of others and praise of others, some
Hmm.
people have to tell you that you are wonderful and you are such a good person, you do such wonderful things, you do so much of seva, such a nice person, such a good person, so kind, so compassionate, you know. Now you are dependent on others thinking like this about you. Then when they criticize you, what will happen?
Mm.
You are finished, right? Again, time, power. Power is also time bound. In
Mm.
fact, power is very, very insecure. Eh?
Mm.
It's extremely insecure. Because when you have power, you're scared that somebody else is going to take my seat. This is the
Mm.
case of all the politicians, no?
Mm.
Constantly they're scared.
Mm.
So I am after this security. Why? To free myself from the sense of insecurity. I go after security to free myself from the sense of security. But what is the truth? The truth is that security cannot free me.
Mm.
Why? Because security is time bound.
Mm.
Any time of security, I've been looking at wealth, I've been looking at name and power, I've been looking at, you know,
Mm.
name and fame and power. Every one of them is time bound. Iti. So the security, what I am pursuing for security is not secure. So Puja Swamiji is to say, I am insecure and I am pursuing that which is itself insecure.
Mm.
So can insecure plus insecure, can it bring security?
Mm.
And then he used to tease people also, you know, that
Mm.
in marriage, insecure one person, the partner is also insecure because that's a human problem. So one
Mm.
insecure partner plus another insecure partner, they thought that they were going to become Purna.
Pure.
But is it possible? You know, can they be that Purna, that secure? Can they be that? They can't. They will also together be insecure. Okay? Now look at the screen. Do you want security or do you want to be free from the need for security? Big question.
Mm.
Do I want security really? Or what do I really want? Is it that I want to be free from this need for security? So, is my love for security?
Mm.
Is it for security or is it for freedom from insecurity?
I think it's from freedom from insecurity for me.
Exactly.
I
What I
keep thinking,
really want is freedom from insecurity. And not
ah,
knowing how to get it, I keep
ah,
chasing this and that, you know.
ah,
Yeah. So, in
ah,
fact, what
mm,
you're looking for is not security.
mm,
What you really want is freedom.
mm,
You want moksha.
mm,
Because what does moksha mean? Moksha means freedom. It comes
mm.
from the Sanskrit root much, okay, which means in the sense of freedom.
Acha.
Now, the question is freedom from what? Freedom from all that I don't want in my life, naturally.
Ah,
Freedom from insecurity, freedom from inadequacy, freedom, 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 freedom. Freedom from whatever I don't want. Yeah? Okay. Moksha means bandha nivritti. Bandha is bondage. So bandha
mm,
nivritti. Nivritti is to be released. So it means release from bondage.
Hmm.
What I'm looking for is freedom from bondage. Yeah, release from bondage. Now the question is, what is bondage? Dependence for my sense of well-being on what
Hmm.
is not me.
Uh-huh.
That is bondage. Then I'm giving
Bondage
my,
is
I'm
all the insecurities that we have, right?
yeah,
Hmm? The
depending
dependence
for my sense
on.
of well-being on whatever is not me. Meaning I
Hmm.
have given my remote control of my well-being to everything else.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can be okay only if
If,
this something
hmm.
other than me, that should be okay. You know, I should have this much money. I should have the perfect relationship. I should know that in that relationship, nobody should ever criticize me. It should be perfect companionship. I should have everything should be perfect. My servant should come on time.
Hmm.
My children should be perfect. And only if all these things fit in place, then I can be well.
Hmm.
How is that possible? So, what happens is I will always have that feeling that nothing is well with me because
Hmm.
something or the other there will be a problem.
Hmm.
Always I will be plagued by the feeling that
Hmm.
all is not well with me.
Hmm.
Yeah. When I depend for my sense of well being on anything other than myself,
Hmm.
then I am in bondage. I
Hmm.
am bound by them.
Hmm.
I am bound by whatever their condition is.
The situations are.
One
Hmm.
condition of people, situations, whatever it may be.
Hmm.
Okay, this is very
Hmm.
fundamental Vedanta. Eh? Okay, okay. Therefore, the seeking of freedom is
Hmm.
the Parama Purushartha, the
Hmm.
ultimate human goal. Why?
Hmm.
Because even in seeking security, what you're really seeking is freedom from the sense of insecurity. Okay,
Hmm.
what are you seeking? You're seeking your own sense of well-being. You have imagined that it is in this and that, but what you're really seeking behind all your seeking is your own sense of well-being. So you're seeking your freedom from not feeling good enough, freedom from your not enough sense of well-being. So what you're really seeking is moksha, freedom from the sense of insecurity and smallness. So even when you're seeking security, you're seeking moksha alone.
Hmm. Centered
Now
on.
comes the very important part. Okay, this moksha, what we call this freedom. Okay, I am small, I am insignificant. That's a feeling and it's a conclusion. It's a belief. It's a
Hmm.
conclusion
Hmm.
that needs to be replaced by truth.
Hmm.
that that feeling that I am small and insignificant is centered around what? It is centered around I, because I am insignificant, I am small. So the feeling of well-being and security, where should it be centered? Should it be centered in something outside of you, or should it be centered on you?
In
It
you.
has to be centered on myself. I i am the one who has to have that. I am secure, I am free. It has to
Hmm.
be centered on I. Therefore, moksha is centered purely on I. Okay? So, Vedanta is saying that the sense of security is to be centered on I, meaning I should end up saying, I am secure. The I is secure. Iti. It
Hmm.
cannot be centered on body, because body is not secure, right? Body is subject to disease, it's subject to old age, it's subject to all kinds of
Right.
issues.
Hmm.
Moksha is not dependent on the mind either, because mind is only an instrument, just like body is an instrument. Mind is an instrument which you use for thinking, you use for planning, you use for various other things. Mind is only an instrument.
Hmm.
Mind itself does not have the sense of insecurity.
Hmm.
I use the mind to have any kind of sense,
Hmm.
and the sense is centered on I, iti.
Hmm.
So the teaching of Vedanta is all centered on I.
Hmm.
It completely centered on I. And this I sense which we human beings have, self-conscious, I. So the conclusion, I am insecure, being centered on I. So the solution must be where?
Hmm.
In
Has to
I.
be I.
So there's
Hmm.
this famous sentence of my guru, I am the problem, I
I
am
am
the
the.
solution. Because the problem is centered on I. Therefore, the
Hmm.
solution has to be centered on I. It cannot be on anything external. Iti. And that's what happens, mostly spiritual pursuits are wanting because the problem is not discerned.
Hmm.
The problem is not recognized. What exactly am I seeking? Iti. Where is the problem? That is not discerned properly. Therefore, many of our spiritual pursuits are just, kachapucha, well, like my Guruji will say, kachapucha means nothing, no? So the problem is in the I notion, and so this correction should be where?
And
Correction
I.
has also got to be in the I. So
Hmm.
when I am the problem,
I am the solution.
exactly. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ.
Perfect.
Okay, let me just stop.